Right, am I back? I think I'm here. I think I'm on. Hi guys. Well, it's amazing to be back. I don't know why my camera's doing all this shit. I'm here anyway. I'm here anyway. Right, we'll see how this goes. It doesn't look like it's going to go well. Right, but it's good to be back, guys. Thank you for the guys in the chat. I will bring some of it up. It's been a long time, and as you can see, I'm still having technical difficulties. Am I muted now, guys? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, but you can't really see me. I don't know why the screen's so bad. I've got it on my TV over here, and it doesn't look good. But hopefully, guys, you can hear me nice and clearly. Thank you for everybody who's in the chat. You can hear me now. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. It has been a long time, and I'm not doing this stream just to flex, but I am in the top 100K, guys. And there's a couple of you in our mini league ahead of me. But we're all doing decent, I think. But it's good to be back. Let's do some content. Let's do some FPL content. Let's try and get some FPL content out anyway, whatever the case may be. It has been a long time since I last did the stream, but I have missed you guys, and I thank you for all your kind messages as well. For those of you who know what I've been going through, but I appreciate all your kind messages, and I appreciate your support as well. And hopefully I'll get all this technical bits sorted out and then be back on the screen. But a lot been going on in the FPL world since we were last together, guys. So we just want to bring up our mini league and all that sort of stuff and see how everyone's been doing, because it has been a long time since we've had a look, and there's been some big changes. So I'm just gonna flip onto the tab so I can see what I'm doing. I don't want to see my team first. Let's go straight into the mini league, because there's been a lot of changes. I'm flexing, and why not? I'm third in the league, so I'm gonna flex. Guys, I can't see you chat at the moment, so just hold see how well or not everybody is doing. Like I say, there's been a lot going on since we were last on. Let's go leagues. Right, as you can see, in all the leagues are doing pretty well, but let's go into our FFTV Fantasy Premier League and have a look. So as you can see, sitting pretty in third, with Harry Price's Sangare of Light and Ben White's Ben's Bulldozers just ahead of me in the league. I've been hovering around Carl as well. He's been up and down, mate, so catch up. And there's been, I'll shout out a couple as I'm going through. Young Donald, who's our boy, Nottingham Now and Then's lad. He's been all right. He's been sticking around the top 10 for a little while. Let's have a quick look at his team and see how he did in game week 13, which is a 48-point haul, which I gave him a little rest. But Areola, Saliba, Mitchell and Udogie I think Udogi's time's up soon, I'm sure. Took a risk with Johnson in there. Saka seems to be a solid pick for him, and Salah. And he captained Haaland. Watkins came through with some points, and just a couple off. Nothing left on the bench. I save that, and then I see the goalkeeper. 9 Viola. I'm so ready to take him out of my Fantasy Premier League team. I'm sure a few of you guys are feeling the same. He's just not bringing any points back, and I think there are differentials to be made all over the pitch, and maybe not so much in the obvious areas like the midfield. I think the defense and goalkeeper could be a real differential if you can get it right. And Onana's been delivering the last few games. They've had 3 clean sheets, I think, in a row. Man, you have. So he's delivered some points. Let's have a quick look at how he has been doing. Sorry, guys, if you've got any chats coming up, I will have a look in a second. So the last 3 game weeks, yeah, he's got 9 points, 8 and 6. And I got rid of him. I think it was in, week 10. I got rid of him in when I had my wild card. But I mean, 52 points. You're not going to get many points off a goalkeeper, but everyone's on Areola. So there is differentials there to be made. So let's go back button here and see if there's anybody else I want to pick out. Oh, it's so slow, guys. Sorry, bear with me. Right, so let's have a look. Okay, our Sparky Matthew Price, who we met at the barbecue earlier on in the year, in holding that 10th position. There's a few others. I don't know if I want to start trolling yet, but there's a few good green arrows going through there. I'm looking for one name in particular. Oh, there she is. I think she's in the chat. I am. Let's bring up the No Haaland team. 44 points wasn't too bad. It was just below the average, but I mean, it was a poor game week for a lot of people. Let's see. Again, Areola in goal. It seems to be a trend. Gordon, who's a good pick. Douglas Luiz, she's stuck with. I transferred him out last game week, and it cost me 5 points. But I had him for a couple of games. I probably should have stuck with him for one more, and it might be a reason why I'm stick with my decision this week. Left some points on the bench with Gabriel though, so she's gone with chose Anderson, Trippier, Simicas ahead of Gabriel. Okay, well, obviously it didn't pay off. She's basically, Emma, you've dropped way off in the league. Let me see if you know your comments, guys. And I do appreciate you all being in there. Yeah, Mark, did you outscore me by 1 point? Okay, the league code to join, I will share that in a second, Jasper. And you might even be able to see it on here. If we go up, invite people to join this league. Let me just grab, excuse me, bear with me. Still got this bloody code. There's a code on the screen if you can see it, RM17EC, but I will just pop it in the chat for you guys as well. So you can just click on that. But as you can see, like I say, it's been a few weeks where there's been a few changes in our league, and I'm gonna call out one of ours. I've already called out Emma. I can't not say something about like he's doing everything. He's doing the opposite of everything I tell him to do. He's gonna blame me. He's gonna blame me for his wild card and his free hit and all that rubber page, I think. And thanks to everybody who has joined the mini league. We've got over 200 in this league, so I'm gonna have to go to. It is on. I'm not. I wasn't joking. He is on. Right. Where is he? Was he not even on the last page? Oh, there he is. There he is. Mr. Ben. Are you playing that, bud? Let's have a look. Let's have a look how bad this team is. Right. So he's gone for a differential. He's got Vicario in goal, which didn't work. Cash being taken off at halftime was awful. Let me see if he left anything on the bench. No, he's got nothing on the bench really. Doku, Sabozlai, nice on the eye, but he's just not delivering. He's not delivering. Once he does, if he gets a goal or an assist, he'll hit bonus points. That's how high he is in the base points. But he's just not delivered anything, to be honest. And Captain Son, what was his alternative? Alternative was Salah. He's still trying to. I think he's still trying to get Haaland back into his team. I think me and him need to have a chat on how he's gonna potentially do that. Because I don't understand. Last time I spoke to him, after he's got a no Haaland draft, he's got no money in the bank. I don't know how he's managed to do that. So I'm gonna have a serious word with our boy Crypto. But a couple of things I want to just point out. So just some housekeeping before we go any further. So Fantasy Football Hub, I've got this offer going on, and it's still the Black Friday offer. And guys, I really implore you to get involved in it, because we're coming up to the busiest part of the season. So normally they give you a 7-day free trial. At the moment, they're giving you a 30-day free trial. It's really worth you guys jumping on board with that one, because the tools on offer, and I am gonna show you some of the tools that I've been using recently. So let me just switch tabs, share this tab instead. And yeah, right, let's have a look. Is undoubtedly Mbuemo, and I was a bit annoyed because his price went up to 7 million on Sunday, and I had him technically in my basket at 11:30, and I was and ahhing, should I bring him in? Should I bring him in? And I didn't do so, but I think I'm going to have to. Looking at his fixtures going forward, yes, he's got, and this is something you guys do need to bear in mind. There is a blank game week in game week 18, blank game week for Man City and for Brentford, because Man City are playing in the World Club Championships. Now, it's been predicted by Ben Crellin, who is, if you do sign up to Fantasy Footballer Hub, he does some amazing articles, and he is a man to speak to, or man to listen to, certainly when it comes to fixture changes and so on and so forth. And he's still predicting that the double game week will be in game week 20. So the game that Man City and Brentford miss in game week 18 will be switched to game week 20, which will be the last games before the mini winter break that we're going to have in the UK, and then the FA Cup first few rounds, third round, sorry. But it hasn't been confirmed yet. And what I heard last week was they'd have to confirm it by the deadline for transfers this week, which is on Saturday, because the first game of the weekend is a 3 p.m. kickoffs on Saturday. So your transfer deadline for this week is going to be 1:30 on Saturday, the 2nd of December. But they need to announce this game week 20 double game week, if they're going to, by the end of this game week. So whether that'll happen or not, I don't know. But there's still, the idea is that game week 20 will be the double game week, which means Man City will be playing, I think their double game week will be Sheffield United and Brentford. Which, so if you ever wanted to use your triple captain and have Haaland as your triple captain, that is probably our best opportunity so far. It's certainly the best opportunity this season, and it might be the best opportunity overall. So with this game week 18 blank in mind, there's some people thinking about potentially playing their free hit chip, which is when you change your whole team just for the 1 week, which means they're looking to basically load up with Brentford and Man City players going into game week 18. So play them in game week 17. Then in game week 18, you transfer them all out for 1 week and pick the best available players. And then obviously it reverts back to your previous game week 17 team with your Brentford and Man City players in there, in the hope that the double game week happens in game week 20. Now, if it doesn't happen, you can still hold on to those players, but then you've got to look at the African Cup of Nations. Now, with Mbeumo being the key player that everyone seems to be transferring in this week, and like I said, I probably will follow the trend. Normally, I wouldn't, and I will get back to that because I don't want to digress too much. So, with Mbeumo being the main target for this game week, you got to bear in mind he's going to have a blank in game week 18. We still haven't been confirmed for double game week in game week 20, and then he's away for the African Cup of Nations as well. So just bear that in mind when you're transferring these players in. Obviously, lots of teams are going to have Salah in their team. Son is another one because there's the Asian Nations Cup, whatever they call it. I'm sorry for my ignorance, but the Asian Cup is going on at the same time as the African Cup of Nations. I think it's a couple of days difference. So Son will be away as well, and Hwang, for those players who've got Hwang in their team from Wolves, he'll be going away for this tournament as well. So it's worth bearing in mind. But a lot of teams will be losing these top players. Salah. Obviously, the rest of any other African nation players that you've got in your squads will be shipped out, so you're going to be transferring those players out. So just bear all that in mind. And if you haven't used your wild card yet, and I'm not sure if there's many in our mini league who haven't, but there'll be one or two who haven't used their wild card yet. If you haven't, then game week 19 is the one to use. You're not going to be able to carry that one over into the next season. So best thing to do is make sure I've left you on here for a little while. So I'm looking at the price rises, potential price rises. There's some great tools with Fantasy Football Hub, and like I say, one I'm on right now is the price changes. So let's have a look, because I'm having a look to see if Mbeumo is going to go up again, and he's time. So I've still got a couple of days to make that decision, and they're pretty accurate, by the way. This tool is really accurate. The ones that I've looked at so far, they have predicted them spot on. Also tells you about potential decreases. So for those of you thinking about taking cash out, better to do it before midnight tonight, unless you want to lose 0.1. So these other players, cash is definitely looking like he's going to be going down in price. Alvarez is another one potentially tomorrow. So have a look at these players. Jensen, Anderson for Luton as well, and Salah's looking to be priced up. So if you still haven't got him in, he's going to be rising to 13.1 in the next couple of days. So definitely worth bearing in mind. And Isak is a player that I'm looking at, and we'll get to that in a second. But great tools on here, guys. Sign up for the week's trial. The link is pinned in the chat. Sign up to the month's trial, because this is the best time to use it. So let's have a look at the fixture analyzer on here, and we'll decide how many games to go into if it wants to open for me. Hang on. Any day now. All right, here we go. So let's go. Yeah, let's set game week 14 to 19. So we're looking at the next 6 game weeks, should I say? Sorry. And how they ordered it? I'm not sure if I agree with that. Anyway, so Forest haven't got a bad run of fixtures, as we know personally as Forest fans. Team as they are away from home, Tottenham at home. Sorry, so I'm going to that game. In fact, I'll be at Everton. So any of the guys who are in the chat who'll be at the game tomorrow, I will see you there. And I'll be there for the Tottenham game. And I think I've got my Man U tickets for the end of the month as well. So really looking forward to that. Looking at the fixture difficulty ratings on here. Let's just fixture values. So have a look. So from a defense, let's have a look at the defensive point of view. So who best fixtures now? Man City and Arsenal are the two best defenses, and I'm tempted. I've already got Gabriel in my team. I'm really tempted to double up on my Arsenal defense, and I may go for Raya as my goalkeeper, because as I mentioned, I'm sick of Areola. I have got money in my bank, so I will show you my team, and talk you through what my transfer plans kind of are for this game week, and where I think now the main objective for me, first objective for me, is to win our mini league. So I've got to look at the guys around me or guys ahead of me, and we'll go back into our mini league because I want to just show you our leader who's got a player on their bench who makes me think that they're not playing the game, but they are playing the game. They clearly are because they're up there. In fact, let me go, let me flip to that now because it kind of baffled me a little bit. Let's have a look. Let's go back to our mini league. And our leader, Harry Price. So have a look at his team. So, like I said, I want to win the mini league, so I need to have a differential with these players who are ahead of me. He's done well with Pau Torres getting him some points, but I'd be looking to come off Aston Villa players soon. Looking at their fixtures, I'm not the likes of so like I say, if you're going to come off Matty Cash, I'd come off him now. Even though we've got Bournemouth next game away from home, if you look at their run for Man City and Arsenal after that, I really don't fancy them to keep a clean sheet in those games. So, likes of Pau Torres, Cash. I've got Ezri Konsa, who I've been rotating anyway, you know, so he's not a major need for me to change him. He's got Saka, Salah. He's playing. Was that a bench? Yeah, it was probably because right. So this is his bench. This he's still got Scarpa in his bench. Scarpa's So makes me think. But it'd be interesting to see what he's doing. So he's got Mboma win, so which makes me want to not get Mboma win. Mubama did come off a bench and get a point. He's got his first game minutes in the Premier League this season, and I've had him on my bench from day one as well because he looked good in pre-season. He played a lot in pre-season. He actually got some decent goals and decent minutes. But Harry, I think if I were you, I'd be certainly having a look at my bench because you've got nobody to come off your bench. So if you do get a flag mid-game or early in the game week, then you've got nobody to replace any of your players, and as you had to resort to Mubama coming off the bench last week. So Bowen would be the one I'd be looking at if I were you. And if you've got enough money in the bank, then you've already got Mbeumo. I'd probably be looking at. I want to say this to you because I've already got him in my team, but most people are looking at Cole Palmer as an enabler, so he allows you to do other things as well in your team. So maybe Bowen out for, but we haven't had any news, so maybe wait till the press conferences tomorrow and see what the news is on him. But Scarpa, I don't know why you keep in him. I guess your money's tight, so that would be the only reason to stick with him in your team. But definitely have a look at that. So yeah, there's players that I wouldn't personally go for. Let's go back here. Tomorrow, your birthday's tomorrow. Yeah, mine's on Friday. I keep thinking it's Thursday. What day? Yeah, it is Thursday. What are you talking about? Yeah, tomorrow's Friday the 1st. Yeah, tomorrow. I don't know. That's what it's my birthday tomorrow. Sorry. But game day. So I will be there Saturday for game day. Yes, 5:30 kickoff. What have I got on the screen? So let me just go back onto the fixture difficulty screen. Let me just show you a few more things on this toolbox because, like I say, I've used I've used a lot of this. Let's go into my team. In fact, or will it have it updated? Let's have a look. Let's see if it's got updated. It may do. It may not. It may make me do one of those silly little bloody puzzles as well. Yeah, it has. Right. Okay. So as you can see, guys, rating of 93%, predicting me 67 points this game week in the bank. Areola, like I said, he's just kind of sick of him. Gabriel, Salah, Son, Gordon, who I bought him as a punt, I think, in game week 9, and I've stuck with him, and he's gone up in value as well, and he'll probably go up even further, and he's got me some decent points, so I'm sticking with him for now. Bought Palmer and Louise in, and I transferred him out for Palmer because I wanted to avoid missing out on a price. It cost me 5 points really, because Palmer only returned 2 points last weekend, and Douglas Louise returned 7. So it was my differential that I bought in when I had to transfer Madison out. I stuck with him last game week and he didn't return. He only got 1 point, took a booking. And he's the one I'd be looking to swap out for Mbeumo. But there's this other side of FOMO for me. There's a FOMO of missing out on Mbeumo, but there's also the FOMO of what I did last week with swapping out Douglas Luiz too soon and bringing Palmer in, and it cost me 5 points. So I'm tempted to give Bernardo 1 more week, and he's against the Tottenham side. They're at home against the Tottenham side who play this high line, and I just think if you watched the game against Man City and Liverpool last week, Bernardo Silva by far was the classiest player on the pitch. How he didn't score a goal or get an assist, I don't know, but on the eye test he stands out a mile, and his differential is only owned by like 3% of FPL players. So with me being where I am in the league, so you can see 3.1% ownership, and I've had him the last 2 game weeks, and he's returned me 8 points, so 4 points per week. So it's not been a huge success, but hasn't been a massive loss either. His price is steady, 6.4 million, but I have got the money in the bank to go for an Mbeumo. So let me have a look. So what this does, first off, let's optimize the team. Something about my internet connection. Internet connections. I want to show you this. It's saying check chips. Let's see if this resets it. Wildcard played, yeah. So triple captain bench. So I still got my triple captain bench boost and my free hit available. Even though I mentioned potentially playing free hit in game week 18, it's not something I'll personally be doing. I think bench Haaland and bring another striker in, or play a 4-5-1 with Watkins leading line, because in that blank game week for Man City and Brentford, Aston Villa have Sheffield United at home, which we know is the best fixture on paper. So I'd definitely be looking to captain him that week. So let's have a look. Let's see if it'll let me what it will do. So I'm going to switch out Bernardo. So at the moment, it's giving me a game week rating of 90 once I make this change. So I'm going to switch out Bernardo for Mbeumo. I can find him. Let me just search player. My phone's going, so it's either my wife asking me to go and pick her up, or crypto telling me I'm doing something stupid on the stream. So I better check either way. I can't even spell his bloody name. Isn't it Mbeumo? How do you spell it? Oh, let's just look for midfielder, shall we? Why isn't it's got to be this list somewhere. Areas. I was spelling it right. What are we talking about? Right. And my team rating up to 95 from 94, and drop me in the game week rating. But I think I'm going to do it purely because I do want to. Now I've got into the top 100,000. I kind of want to stay there. Let's stop sharing now, and let's get back to how we were. Right. So yeah, so I kind of don't want to. It's a FOMO. If I don't bring Mbeumo in, so many teams around me have got him, that I might miss out on it. So I'm tempted to, if I do make a change. I've only got one free transfer this weekend, and I kind of wanted to carry over and have two going into next week, because I want to make the goalkeeper change. But I'm not averse to taking a hit. I think I've got enough points in the bank at the moment that I can kind of take that risk. But if I do make a change this week, it will be Mbeumo in for Bernardo Silva. But I don't want to do what I did last week and then miss out on points. But everyone will have him, and he is the most highly bought in player this game week. Sorry. Just another thing, guys, to point out. It is in the description. I'm not monetized yet, so to get monetized, I need to get about another 20 more subs. So if we can get up to 500 subs, and I need the watch time up as well. But in the meantime, guys, if you do want to support the channel, there's a link in the description which it's called Buy Me a Coffee, and you can literally go on there and just buy me a coffee and help support the channel that way if you want to. But that's purely up to you guys, and I do appreciate you guys even being in here. I've waffled on for half an hour, I don't know how, and I am going to get the phone call to go and pick up the missus in a little while. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm looking to do a quick stream maybe tomorrow before Gore, just to give you my final plans for game week. Or what I might do is do a live deadline stream, which will be, so if the deadline's at 1:30, let me just double check. Deadline's at 1:30, isn't it, on Saturday? So maybe about midday, 12:30. I'll do a stream just to show you guys what my final team is. Yeah, there you can see it along the bottom. There's your deadline for this game week. But thank you guys. I appreciate you all in the chat and sticking with me and listening to me waffle on as many. For the poor connection, apologies for how it looks. I don't know why it's doing this. We're trying to sort these minor gremlins out. But yeah, I think I'm with you on Emma. If it's about saving transfer, yeah, I'm looking to try and do that. Yes, please do hit the like button, as Crypto says. Crypto, have a chat with me, mate. We'll sort your team out. We'll figure out how you're going to get Haaland back in, and we'll see what best way to do that is. But yeah, thank you for sticking with me, guys. Make sure you have hit the like button. Stick your comments in. If you need any advice, just stick it in the comments and I'll have a look at it and I'll get back to you if you want me to have a look at your team or anything like that. And yeah, just hopefully make sure you hit the notifications button, because I am going to be so random with when I put this stuff out. I do want to get this all sorted because I want you to be able to enjoy the streams, and I want you to be able to see what I'm actually talking about and see my pretty face as well. Maybe not that last bit, but yeah, whoever wants to try and get Haaland back in their team, have a chat with me and shed your tears, but I will sympathize with you. I did think about it. I'm so glad I didn't do it. But yeah, love you and leave you guys. Hope to see you guys again soon. 3 points on Saturday. Come on, you Reds.